Good morning, Axial scale builders around the world. It's your boy Josh, aka Coleman, and you are now watching ScaleWars, Axial's official Battle of the Builders. What's going down, everybody? Welcome back to ScaleWars. It's been a minute, but I'm glad to be back. I had to take a few weeks off. Axial Fest was just like a very big undertaking for me, and I know I sound like I'm over exaggerating, but it really is a big overtaking. Really is a big undertaking for me. So I took a couple of weeks to go to Axial Fest, a week to get ready, a week to go there, and then also took a week when I got back to kind of recuperate. Yeah, I think that's the word. And so, all in all, it was about 3 weeks that I was off with no ScaleWars. So I apologize, you guys, for leaving you hanging, but that was so I could record the Axial Fest movie, basically. And I did that. I went and I recorded it. I have not edited it yet, but it is. It's getting. Yeah. It's coming soon enough. So. Just like always, it takes me a while to get into that, and I have to have the right creative mindset. It's not cut and dry. It's like a creative thing for me, and I'm not saying I'm like this amazing artist or anything. I don't know. It's just, for me, it's kind of, I equate it to writing music. So, and if any of you guys write music or like write raps or poetry or paint or anything like that, I kind of relate it to that. You know, you really got to be in the right mindset. So anyways, it's coming. But that being said, we've got an awesome episode today. I don't want to talk about Axial Fest too much. I got a bunch of Axial Fest stuff coming up, but right now we're going to talk about ScaleWars. I got 3 awesome builds today. 2 of them are kind of, I don't want to say battling it out, but kind of, maybe. I mean, you guys tell me. And I don't know. I wouldn't say all 3 of them are really amazing, but 2 of them are kind of like the same vehicle. So I don't know. You guys will have to pick which one you like better, I guess. But to me, I think they're all great in their own way. I'm really excited you guys chose to submit your builds, and I'm seeing a lot of entries starting to come in again, which is really cool. When I was gone for Axial Fest, you can tell I'm a little rusty right now, right? When I was gone for Axial Fest, I didn't really get a whole lot of submissions. I think that was because a lot of people were at Axial Fest. So I can't talk. I'm really excited. I'm talking 1,000 miles an hour, and I'm like running over my words. Anyways, let's get into this, you guys. I know you're itching to see these builds, so you know what it is. I'll see you on the battleground. Yeah. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get this battle started. Our first submission today comes from a gentleman named Keith Nelson. Keith is from Granville, Michigan, here in the United States. He is 35 years of age. He has been subscribed to ESP for about 2 months now, and he started building RCs back in 1996. That's veteran status right there. Now, this specific rig, this orange beast we're looking at here, he calls it the Mog, and it is Axial SCX10 based. As far as detailed parts and paints list go, he's got a Matzilla custom chassis, Axial SCX10 trans, Axial SCX10 axles, RC 4x4 links, Tamiya Unimog body, Voodoo KLR tires, MIP drive shafts, RC 4-wheel drive Warn winch, Tekin FXR Pro ESC, Tekin 35 turn motor, Savix 0231 servo, Castle BEC, King shocks 100 millimeters, and Vanquish light bar. Now, the build classification is going to be a trail truck. Or what did he put? He put down crawler here. And then rating his own build on a scale of 1 to 10, he looks like he rates it a 8. So it's not too bad. I mean, it's reasonable. It's up there, but it's reasonable. And now, as far as who he would like to give a shout out to, looks like he would give a shout out to Jason Reckner at Lawn Dart Motorsports and Lou Lee at Mattzilla Chassis. If you guys aren't familiar with Mattzilla, Lou is a great builder, and he's been doing this for quite some time. Now, when he says chassis, obviously you can see this is all welded onto a Axial SCX10 frame rail set here, and it looks like he went to town with it, man. Very, very impressive. So I'm going to go ahead and dive into this. I mean, you guys have had a second to kind of get a glance at it here. I'm going to look at this picture for a minute. I want to say first impression is, you guys know I'm not a big fan of Lexan bodies. I don't hate on them though, but I'm not a huge fan of Lexan bodies. However, it's hard to find a good Unimog hard body. You would usually have to build them yourselves. I think there might be a couple hard bodies floating around out there somewhere that you can pick up, but I know they're really rare if they even exist at all. So I've seen some pretty amazing builds based off of this Lexan Unimog body, and this one's looking pretty good. The first thing that I'm noticing is that it's driven. It looks like it's driven pretty hard. It's definitely built for performance. I like that it's driven. I mean, look at all the wear and tear up here on the top. You can see all the scuff marks everywhere in the metal and in the Lexan. He's missing a mirror. I'd like to see, I don't know if that was what that was or what, but he's missing some scale details for sure. In the back, it's looking pretty good, man. He's got some cool stuff back here, simple accessories, nothing too crazy. He's got the toolbox, which really is, it's a good universal scale accessory, because you can literally pass it as, you know, well, you could say you got tools in there, or you can say you've got water in there, or you've got food in there, or, you know, like a cooler in there, or whatever. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff you can say is inside of that box, and I mean, unless you open it, who's to say it's not? So the toolbox definitely comes in handy. I use toolboxes a lot in my builds. I love the Scale fuel cell. I can't really see what that says, but I've never seen this tire cover before, so I'm assuming that's a custom one, or it's from a club or something, maybe. I'm not sure. I haven't seen that one before. I like this right here. Before we change this picture, I like the integrated light bar mount. You can see that the tab's been welded into the cage, and there's double railing here. It's not just one bar going across. There's 2 bars going across there to connect each side. So definitely some proper work there. I like that. All right, let's keep moving. Let's look at some of these pictures. Whoa, blurry. Okay, that's not gonna help nobody. We're gonna go ahead and skip that one. What do we got here? Here's the back. Now, some more custom chassis work here, or tube work. I like that. I like the graded metal. That's really cool. Gen 1 axles. Looks like possibly some Team K&K hardware. I'm going to go ahead and just hope for the best there. You guys know me. I'm a fan of Team K&K. And then I really, really, really like that you're just running stock factory housings, Gen 1 housings. Now, I mean, of course, I would like it even more if you had some sort of properly scaled out axle back here. I mean, if we're going to talk realistic, you know, I had a conversation recently with Dan from Vanquish, and, you know, his opinion and mine, I would have to say, is that if you're chasing real scale, then real scale is metal. I mean, you've never seen a plastic housing in real life, so, you know, if we're going to chase that realism, then I'd like to see metal. I'd like to see metal housing. So the reason I like this is just the simple fact that you're making the stock factory housing, you know, go to the limit. You're getting your money's worth out of it, which is pretty cool. I mean, I know that they're resilient housings, and you can literally run them down until the gears are showing through. So pretty cool. However, definitely would like to see some nice scaled out metal housings on there. What else we got going on? Bungees, King Shocks. I think that's about it. Looks like it's leaning a little to the passenger side there, or to the right. I don't know. This could be right-hand drive. Next picture. What do we got? Underneath. Let's take a look. MIPs. Those look like MIPs to me. I dig MIPs. Not the most realistic drive shaft, but they are definitely the toughest. I've never found a tougher drive shaft. Metal links, those look like they are aftermarket, maybe titanium. I can't really tell. They look good though. MIP in the rear. I can see some wires going on here too. Yeah, you probably could have hid that a little better. I mean, I know there's not a lot you can do to hide stuff, but you probably could have. You could also, have done a little bit of cover up under here. I mean, this is just really open, so when you look underneath, it's just clearly it's RC when you look underneath. Whereas I would like to see a little more model grade work under here. Maybe some styrene work. A lot of people don't realize that, but you can work styrene with Lexan if you do it right. I've seen it done myself, so yeah, just throwing that out there. That's a good way to improve this. Yes, you are going to gain weight. However, that's just all part of the challenge. Other than that, I like it. Looks like factory transmission, 32 pitch gears. That's about it. I'm not seeing anything too crazy going on under here. Would like to see some brake discs. It doesn't look like there's any. I could be wrong. Now, am I seeing that correctly? Is that spider webs? That's not a good sign. That shows me it's been sitting for a little while. Get the spider webs off the scale truck. All right. This is a good shot. It's a little, pixelated, but still cool shot. Out doing work in the mud. Looks nice. I like the wheels. The methods look proper. They're a little large for that body, I would think, with these tires. It's kind of big, but yeah, it looks really good. I mean, I think this thing's sick. Yeah, definitely sick. All right, on to the next picture. From the top, what do we got going on? Nothing. Everything's really exposed here. There's not a lot we're gonna not see here. Something you could do is you could loom this up to make these wires look a little more scale. Just take them and put them inside of a piece of heat shrink, and then it would be all blacked out and it would just blend in a little bit better. Now, I know in real life you would have both red and black wires, but would they be that big in scale? I don't think so. So, I mean, that's all I'm saying is it's a good way to hide them. Yeah. Just a recommendation. That's all. What else we got going on? I think that's supposed to be an interior shot, but I can't see nothing through there. Another interior shot. Looks like an Axial factory interior molded in there. Which, I mean, you get points for effort on that, but like I said, I would like to see some more effort as far as taking it up a notch towards model grade builds. Working with Lexan is fine, but there's 3-dimensional work with Lexan and 2-dimensional work with Lexan. I would like to see a little more 3-dimensional. But still, though, it's nice that you got an interior fit in there. I can appreciate that. From the front, and I see some angle issues here. What is going on? Looks like you might have landed pretty hard on this side of the cab here. Cab's all smashed in. Because you can tell the metal work is actually rock solid. Look at the gap between the light bar and the actual metal bar there. It's perfect. Yeah, it looks like that cab just got smashed up. Maybe it's time to build another one. Yeah. That's cool, though. It shows that you drive it. I dig that. All right, I think that's about it, man. I don't really see anything else I can get out of this. There's no lights. I would like to see some lights. There's, You've got stickers for a lot of things where you could have three-dimensional items. Like I saw, holes on the hood and holes right here on the side where you could have had mirrors and windshield wipers, which would have been really cool. You could have added a antenna, which would have been really cool for a CB. Some headlights and tail lights would have been really nice. Just, a handful of things. For what I'm picking up, this looks like you comp this rig. That's what I would assume. Either way, good job. I definitely like it. Oh, there's the man himself. What's up, sir? This is Keith. He is, I feel like I've met him actually before. Maybe at Axial Fest. I'm drawing a blank right now, but he definitely looks familiar. I feel like I met him maybe at G6. No, he's from Michigan, so I'm thinking an Axial Fest. Anyways, thank you, sir. And I see some Broncos back there. Yeah, I'd like to see those on the show. All right. I think that is going to be it for this submission. Yep, that's it. Thank you, Keith. I really appreciate you submitting your Unimog. This thing's pretty sweet, man. Just, like I said, just minor things there I'd go ahead and put some time into, put some effort into. Looks like you could definitely benefit from a fresh cab, so might be a good time to do it. Anyways, that is it for this one. We're going to head on to our next submission. If you guys want to follow the points, you want to see what Keith and all the other contestants are getting for their scores today, remember you can do that and submit your builds at www.extremescaleperformance.com. Go to the ScaleWars tab, and everything is right there under the ScaleWars tab. So I am going to go ahead and click it on to the next submission. Let's do it. All right, you guys, this next build is submitted to us from a gentleman named Brian Johansson out of Silkeborg, Jutland, Denmark. He is 36 years of age. He has been subscribed to ESP for about 4 years, and he started building RCs in 2014. Now, this project name is Project Chase 1, and I'm guessing it's a chase truck. That's probably why. Just looking at the bed, I'm guessing it's a chase truck. Now, as far as the detailed parts and paint list goes, let's just see. I'm just going to read what he has here. He says, "Hi, this is my first true scale build." And then for parts, he says RC 4-wheel drive 35 turn brushed motor, quick run 1060 waterproof ESC, Savix SC 1267 SG super speed steel gear digital servo. He says it's 21 kilograms and waterproof. Chinese 1.9 alloy beadlock rims. Is RC 4-wheel drive 1.9 TSL boggers for tires. He says Boom Racing Axial SCX10 2.2 wheel wideners with a 12mm offset. Steering servo is half arm 25 turn big torque aluminum green is what he says. Extra speed steel front bumper, extra speed steel rear bumper, alloy shock tower black, universal HD stall drive shaft, GPM steel spur gear 48 pitch 81 tooth, Chinese alloy axles green, GPM aluminum front C-hub green, GPM aluminum steering links in green. What else you got here? GPM aluminum rear knuckle arms in green, GPM aluminum front knuckle arms in green, Jazz Rider alloy skid plate in green, alloy center gearbox in green. And that's about it there. And then he says for the build classification, he rates it a trail truck or a crawler. And then when it comes to rating his own build, he actually, I don't know if there's a glitch or what, but it's got a 4 and a 5 here. We'll just say 5. And then who would he like to give a shout out to? He didn't put anybody, so he doesn't want to shout nobody out. Now, let's see. We're going to go ahead and take a peek at this here. I can already tell you some of the things that I'm not going to like, but we're going to hold off on that for just a minute. I'm going to just kind of glance over this. One of the first things I do like and one of the first things I notice is there are no body pins, and this thing is properly stickered up, man. This looks like a race truck. It looks like a trial truck, you know. I don't know if you guys watch the trial trucks. They have the big rig trial trucks, you know, like Tatras and things like that, Urals, but they also have small trial trucks, which are like, you know, Jeeps and Land Rovers and Land Cruisers and, you know, just crazy things like that. So it's kind of cool to see this. That's what that reminds me of. All right. All right. Another thing I can tell is different is the interior. That interior looks like it is a Wraith interior. Looks like a Wraith interior to me. Painted green. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not Wraith. Maybe it's something else. But it looks like Wraith. So it's just missing some of the decals. But unless, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a Wraith interior. I like it though. It looks good. The green is a little much. I think you went a little heavy on the green. I think there's, you know, a fine line between green accents and then just too much green. Like you just went all in on the green on green just doesn't always work out too well. Any color on top of the self, you know, it just doesn't really work. If it was orange on orange, it probably wouldn't work. If it was tan on tan on tan, it probably wouldn't work. There's just some things that don't work. Excuse me, I'm yawning over here. Hot racing. Looks like he's got some hot racing parts down here. Not a fan. Not a fan of this at all, actually. This is a, I don't know what this is. This is like a skid plate, but it's like a rock slider. But here's the thing. When it comes to rock sliders are supposed to protect the rockers, like the rocker panels, which is this right here. And I get it, this is protecting that, but look at the huge gap there. It should be tucked right up to this, not, yeah, it should be tucked up to this right here. Boom. Not, you know, I don't know. I'm not a fan of that. I think that's way too low. Either the body needs to go lower, which I don't think it does because everything else looks proper. I think those, maybe you could flip them upside down and get them up there, and maybe just get rid of them and get it better set, because I'm not a fan of the green on there like that. I mean, I don't know. If you flipped them upside down, I bet you could get them closer. Maybe not. I don't know, but I think they'd get a little bit closer. And then maybe don't go with the green. See, like the green looks good there. The green looks good here on the tires. How you did that, that's kind of cool. I mean, it's a little sloppy looking, but it's cool to touch. There's green, you know, throughout the stickers, which is cool. A little bit of green in the interior is cool. I don't mind that. I think that's pretty cool. But the green anodized parts, you're getting too far. You see what I'm saying right here? That's too much. I don't think that you should have your axle housing and this crossbar, like your steering link here. I don't think those should be green. The upper one, that's cool. Have that one be green. Have your knuckles and your C-hubs be green, or just have the steering knuckles be green. Maybe have the C-hubs and the housing itself be like black, or, you know, the raw metal look or something, like so the actual, I don't know what they call that. But, you know, just a more realistic, because I don't know about you guys, but when's the last time you saw a green axle housing? That's why it bugs me. Now, I'm not trying to hate, but I am going to be 100% honest with you guys about how I feel on them things. See, the interior is not that bad. You know, having the green interior, that's kind of realistic. People do that type of stuff, especially in off-road vehicles. And I love that you got the shifters there. I don't know, the shifters kind of bring it to life. And I don't know where you got the steering wheel, but I like that too. There we go. Now we can see all the green under here. So me personally, I don't mind what you got going on. I would just, you know, go for a more realistic color combination. You know, highlights of green are definitely realistic. This overwhelming green is just too much. And as you can see, it looks like it's two different shades of green, which makes it kind of worse. So maybe just, you know, I don't know. Pick up a set of black housings next time you go to pick up a set. And then you swap these out, sell them to somebody or something. All right, on to the next. I think we've kind of seen everything we're going to see here. I really like the bed work. Everything he did in the, oh, there we go. Everything he did in the bed is looking great. Pull pal setup, all the spare axles, gas cans, everything, just like you should have. It's awesome. Yawning again. Yeah, I got the gun. I have that same gun case. That's off of the four-wheeler. And then chainsaw. What else you got over here? High lift jack. Yeah, dude, you're just killing it. This looks awesome. You know, see, if it wasn't for the green underneath, this rig would just be so much better. I really, really like it. The stance is awesome. Everything is really cool. The wheels have a lot of detail. The hubs are there. No disc brakes, but I would like, you know, it's not the end of the world, but I'd like to see that. But yeah, great job, man. Great job. I really like it. I know I'm familiar with these axles and stuff. There's nothing wrong with them at all. They're pretty tough. I would just like to see them in a realistic color combination. Other than that, you're killing it right now. So thank you very much, Brian, for entering. If you guys want to follow and see what kind of score Brian got or any of the other contestants, remember you can do that and submit your own build at www.extremescaleperformance.com underneath the ScaleWars tab. All right, on to our next build. All right, you guys, this is our third and final entry for today. This build is submitted to us from a gentleman named Todd Norton. Todd is out of Napa Valley, California, and he's 50 years of age. He's been subscribed to ESP for about 10 months now, and he started building RCs when he was 8 years old. I like to think I'm friends with Todd. I've hung out with him at Axial Fest, and really, I think we get along pretty good. He's a great builder, and I like his demeanor, like his attitude. Plus, we have some history in common. We both lived in Hawaii, which is pretty cool. And for those of you that have lived in Hawaii, you know what that can do to you. It can change somebody. So shout out to Todd. Thank you very much for entering. I really appreciate it, buddy. Let's go ahead and take a look at his rig here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you guys so you can peek at it while I go ahead and go through the rest of his info here. Now this project, what does he call this? He calls this Axial Fest Search and Rescue. And now the reason he calls that the Axial Fest Search and Rescue is because this was built for Axial Fest. He asked me specifically not to reveal this until Axial Fest. So that is why it is on now and didn't come on earlier. Now the detailed parts and paint list, he says it's an Axial SCX-10-2 based rig. It has VP incision links, Traxxas big bore shocks, SSD C hubs, SSD lockouts, and front and rear knuckle weights. HR hot racing steel trans internals, STRC shock towers, working front and rear KMS winches using HAOK 4-amp relay controllers, 11 lights total controlled by HAOK and Axial simple light controllers, Gearhead 1.9 UTE Delrin wheels with SSD scale hubs and locked up hardware, Proline BF Goodrich Crawler TA KX with Crawler Innovations 2 stage Lil Novas. The modified Wordy Made rear bumper with SSD Fairlead. Front bumper is a SSD Fairlead. What's that say? Holmes Hobbies 13 turn and AE5 ESC. About to be changed out to a Holmes Hobbies Puller Pro 3500 kV with BLE Pro ESC. Smart maneuver there. Scale accessories. Homemade, any from all over the world. And he says handmade interior from polystyrene and wood. The build classification, he says, is a trail truck / crawler. And then he rates it an 8. On a scale of 1 to 10, he rates his build an 8, which, you know, that's fairly high, but my first look at this and having seen it at Axial Fest, I think that might be on point. So As far as who he would like to give a shout out to, he says, I run Tan Woodworks, vacuum form canoes, camper shells, custom wood beds, surfboards, and scale garages. So yeah, you guys can actually hit him up and get some pretty cool scale accessories. I saw a bunch of them at Axial Fest. He says he can't wait for Axial Fest 2017. Now, keep in mind, he submitted this before Axial Fest. He says, ELLIOTT, Adam, and I are taking the scale campground to the next level. He says, no, I have not released this build to the public yet. If you decide to use it, please wait till the 24th. I may reveal it before then. If I do, I'll let you know. Thanks, Todd. And he says, by the way, after winning the first ScaleWars, I have corrected things on the Toyota LC70 and stepped it up on this build. He says, I still have the final touches to do. I'll PM you. All right. So as you can see, he is very proud of his work, and he takes it pretty serious. So if you guys know ELLIOTT and Adam, that is 2 Chains. ELLIOTT and Adam have both been on the show as well. Wait, I don't know if Adam's been on yet or not. I'm having a brain fart. I know ELLIOTT's been on like 3 times already. I think Adam built one to go on the show, but I'm not sure if I've seen it in the submissions yet or not. You guys let me know down in the comments if you remember. I do not right now. But anyways, you guys, let's go ahead and get into this build. This is the last one, and I really want to see what we got going on here because Axial Fest, I don't know, it feels like a distant memory, and there's a lot to look at on this build. If I can remember right, there was a lot to it. So before I change the picture, let's just go ahead and get like first impression here. I don't know where that came from. All right, so first thing I'm freaking out about is the Optima batteries. Just a whole bank of batteries right there in that little side panel. That looks awesome. I really like that. It's a good touch. The look like Matrax recovery sand ladders. I like those. I like the fact that everything is all dark and blacked out underneath. I like the stacks. I like the body itself. It looks like this whole thing looks really, really cool, man. I love this body. I like it. Everything looks awesome. The wheels, you could probably benefit from some scale hubs of some kind, but other than that, looking pretty good. Yeah, I like the stack coming off the side too. That's a nice touch. All right, let's keep it moving. See what else we got going on here. Interior shots looking pretty good, honestly. I like all the stuff on the dash. It's very realistic. Dash actually looks pretty realistic itself. I like it. It looks good. That's a killer shot of the front. Sorry, I was just admiring this. I don't know about you guys, but I think that this whole hazard stripe thing he's got going on where it comes to a V in the center, that is just a killer idea. Looks awesome. Looks like the fairlead's offset a little bit, and that's probably due to this piece here. It looks like a toe point maybe. Man, this thing is just really, really cool looking. Great job, Todd. Really great job. Like the winch setup. Looks like the orange wire matches the lights in the bumper, and I think this is a good looking rig, man. There's not a lot I can say other than I really, really like it. The other side, he's got a single Optima battery. The skids seem a little low, you know. I mean, they're not that bad given. They're not that bad given what it is. Oh, I'm tired. I'm about to go back to bed, it feels like. I like it, man. I like the chains. That's a nice touch, using the chains over the ladders. I like all the little hinges. That is a really cool touch. And the thing is just a piece of art. It really is. I love the underglow lighting. the snorkel on there, which kind of looks like that might be a homemade snorkel too. I like it, man. There, you definitely killed it with this build. Oh yeah, I got all the parts there. Oh, and if you look in the back here too, you can see this is a Cisco Grove. There's Cisco Grove right there. This is a map of Cisco Grove and that area, the whole Donner Pass area right there, backlit behind them in the cab. That is just, that's an amazing touch. I think that is great, especially since it was for Axial Fest. Just an awesome touch. Here you can see that he took the time to actually try to mask out some of his wires. And it looks like the wires that go to under lighting and brake lights, I'm guessing. Tail lights, all that stuff. He said he had a bunch of lights running through this thing, which is really cool. Multiple controllers, everything. Multiple light controllers. Axles look fairly stock. Not a whole lot going on. Just, lockout C-hubs, stuff like that. Looks like stock drive shafts. I'm not sure if those are stock links or not. I can't remember if I read that off in the parts. Really, the thing is just, it's pretty simple, man, and pretty slick. It's a good looking rig. It really is. One thing you could do, and this really, really is just me nitpicking. I mean, but you could just paint these LEDs, just paint everything except for the actual LED part, just paint the whole housing black, flat black. It'd be awesome. But anyways, I really, really like this. It's looking good underneath. Not a lot of wires showing at all, so good job there. Everything's nice and dark black. It looks good, man. Clean that way. Now this this is just, he went over the top in the back. This is awesome. Look, the guy's on oxygen over here. This is just sweet. I love the Axial logo in the back. That's awesome. I love the winch, the D-rings. Oh, everything is just killer looking on this. Lots of lights going on. 2 dogs instead of 1. Recovery gear everywhere. He's got the winch and the pick or whatever up top. He's got all the first aid gear laying around. Everything is just looking proper, man. He just did a killer job. What is this? California 4-Wheel Drive Association sticker. That is an awesome touch. I mean, you really killed it, Todd. It is just a great build. I'm definitely in love with this thing. Wow, look at the back there. Look at the spotlights. Those little spotlights are awesome. It's lighting the dog's face up even. Yeah, that is just too cool. Really like that. I got the high lift jack on the roof. Nice touch. I'm not sure if that's where I'd put it because you have your hatch right there to open up too. So, I mean, maybe I would have put it somewhere else, but still really cool. Really, really cool. And blurry shot, but you can see some of his other rigs here. This blue one, this LC70, I believe, is one that he has submitted already. I've seen the other ones too. Definitely worth checking out. And I think that's probably going to be it. There's the bank of batteries. Yeah, I think that's about it. I like the big mirror on there too. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, there's the man. There's Todd. There he is. This guy is awesome. If you get to Axial Fest, you'll get to meet him down there. Oh, I also like this cage work, Todd. This is really cool too. I gotta say, I like that. He's a really good guy. He puts in a lot of work, a lot of effort, and he doesn't get near enough credit for what he does around there. So big thank you to Todd. And Todd, just so you know, the water wheel needs water. I think that's what they're saying. The water wheel's empty. Something like that. All right, you guys. I think I'm going to call it for the day. Get up out of here. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, watching, hanging in there with us. If you made it this far, you're awesome. You're the type of subscriber I'd like to keep around. If you didn't make it this far, well, you wouldn't know because you're not here right now. So, anyways, you know what it is, fam. I want to see your build submitted. Hopefully, you follow the rules. I've had disqualify a couple of people recently for not following the rules, got to have the right trannies and all that, and I've seen some really beautiful builds that I just could not put on the show. So you guys make sure you follow the rules, get those builds submitted, and like I said, you know what it is. Peace and chicken grease, fam. Yeah.